Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing our XFL game spread and over-under predictions for Week 9. So, yeah. I'm starting to understand that my friend is not going to answer my calls for the word of the day, so I've came up with one from myself. I don't know, I worded that wrong, but the word of the day is tripod, okay? Because I'm just picking random freaking words, okay? Last week, did not have the greatest week. However, my dad absolutely went berserk. On the straight-up picks, I went 3-1. My dad went 4-0. On the spreads, I went 1-3. My dad went 4-0 again. And then on the over-unders, my dad kind of did back down, went 2-2, and I went 1-3. So not the greatest for me, but it's okay. We're going to make up for it this week, hopefully. So, yeah. We're going to start that off with the Las Vegas Vipers at the Houston Roughnecks. Okay. So, obviously, we saw the Vipers going up against the Battlehawks after being eliminated from playoff contention the week before. And, they didn't really have much to play for, but they absolutely showed out against my Battlehawks and played a great game. But, Nick Tiano won the game, I guess. I did not know that he was going to be playing. I thought it was going to be A.J. McCarron, so all of my picks were kind of messed up for that Battlehawks game. I did not know that he was going to be playing, but he was. So it was a little bit closer than I think it might have should have been, but we did end up getting the win. But anyways, we're talking about the Vipers. They did play an absolutely amazing game, even though it was a little bit easier considering who the quarterback was, but it's okay. It was a great game from the Vipers. But they did lose. And, they're out of playoff contention, but their coach really did a good job at still keeping them hyped up and ready to go into this game. But once you lose, you're already out of playoff contention, but you're hyped up. You're like, oh, we're still going to mess up this playoff picture, and we're still going to do great, and then you lose again. It is really just not a good feeling in that locker room. Jalen McClendon, obviously, he's still going to be playing good. Absolutely great quarterback. He's really picking apart our defense, even though they only got 17 points. Their offense did a lot better than what it looked like, if I'm being honest. Had a lot of yards. We could not stop them. They just were not putting points on the board. That fake field goal was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I don't know why they didn't just kick it, but I appreciate it. But yeah, so it's just not looking great. They do have a good quarterback that is playing really well right now, but they're going up against the Houston Roughnecks, and Brandon Silvers has just gotten back. He played last week, did not have a great game, but they still got the win. And Brandon Silvers is looking to build off of that. He's back from his injury. He's back into playing the games. He's back and ready. He had to get one game under his belt after being gone for a couple of weeks. And so now he is ready. And I think he'll have a much better week this week and not 2 interceptions. So I am taking the Roughnecks. However, my dad will take the Vipers. So, yeah. As for the spread, clicked on the wrong one. Hold on. As for the spread, Roughnecks are -6.5. I'm going to take the Vipers, and so is my dad. I think the Roughnecks are good, but they're just not that good right now. They have not been playing great football and only beat the Brahmas by 2 points last week. Jack Cohen just came back off of injury. I know Brandon Silvers was too, but it just wasn't a great performance from them. And so I do not see them beating the Vipers by all that much. So, yeah, I'm taking the Vipers plus 6.5. As for the over-under, it is 43.5 points. I am taking the under. These two offenses I don't think will be all that great. They're a little down right now. They just have not been putting up very many points. They have not been looking all too well. And the Roughnecks defense is really, really good. And I think that's their strong point as of right now, because Brandon Silvers is not looking great. He's been hurt, and even in those last couple of weeks, he had not been great. I just don't see them putting up 43.5 points, so I am taking the under, and so is my dad. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Guardians versus the Brahmas. And, yeah. So, the Guardians. I honestly thought the Guardians were going to make a playoff push. I was super excited for them. You know, they were going to go up against freaking, they were going up against the Renegades. I thought, you know, if they win this game, then they beat the Brahmas next week, they could have a chance at making a playoff push with this new quarterback. And they're playing really good right now, and that defense is putting it together. And then, obviously, they ended up losing by 2 points. So, you know, it's tough. But now they're out of playoff contention. And, you know, it's tough. You're a 1-7 team. You won that one big game. You thought you were going to have a chance to, you know, push for the playoffs maybe. And then you just get shut down by your divisional opponent in the Renegades. And it was not an impressive game from either team in that one. And so, as for the Brahmas, they're looking to make the playoffs. They are not in a strong conference. The Renegades are easily beatable, and the Brahmas have beaten them. So they definitely do have a chance. The Brahmas do. So they are definitely looking to win this game. I just don't think the Guardians have a lot to play for. Even though I do like Quentin Dormandy at quarterback. If we look at when they played last, it was 30-12. I mean, that is the most points I think the Brahmas have put up all year. Probably their best game played. I have to take the Brahmas in this one. And, however, my dad will take the Vipers. So, yeah. As for the spread, I don't have it opened. As for the spread, it is Brahmas minus 1.5. So obviously I'm going to take the Brahmas. That's really just not that many points. However, my dad will take the Guardians because if he's going to take them straight up, he's going to take them plus a half a point. So, yeah. As for the over-under, it is 38.5. I think it will go over. The Brahmas, like I just said, put up 30 points against this team the last time they played. And now the Guardians have a much better offense than when the last time these guys played. So I think there will be much more points in this game. And it will go over 38.5. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Renegades at the Defenders. So, yeah. So, the Renegades. Not the greatest team in the world by any means. And I mean by any means. They're just I don't know how they win games. I really do not. But this is a 7-1 Defenders team. They are not going to be able to slow down this Defenders offense that much. I think that Defenders will definitely take over this game. There will definitely be more points scored in this game than, you know, what typically happens. And the Defenders defense is really, really good. And Luis Perez, even though he is certainly going to help this Renegades offense, will not be able to put enough points to keep up with the Defenders. So, yeah. As for the spread, the Defenders are favored by minus 8.5. Now, I don't think it'll be that one-sided. I am going to take the Renegades plus 8.5 points. And, you know, just the Renegades do have a really good defense. Even though I do think the Defenders will definitely put up points, I don't think they will completely run away with it. Luis Perez will definitely be helping put up some points for this Renegades offense, which has been needing some points. It wasn't the greatest last week, put up 18 points, but still, it was his first week there. Now with his second week, it'll be his second game under his belt with this new team. I think he'll put up a lot more points. So, as for saying that, I'm going to take the over 40.5. Over 40.5. However, my dad will take the under, and he also took the Defenders on the 8.5 spread. So, yeah. Finally, the Sea Dragons at the St. Louis Battlehawks. I'm going to try and stretch this into 4 minutes because that's how long this clip is. But, yeah. So, the Sea Dragons at the St. Louis Battlehawks. This is going to be a crazy game. This is for playoff contention. If the Battlehawks win, they are automatically in. If the Battlehawks lose, they still have a chance to win next week, and the Sea Dragons lose next week. But they definitely would want to win this game. The Battlehawks need to win this game. AJ McCarron will be coming back. He'll be well rested. He will be ready to go and ready to play. He is excited to go. I wish he would have played last week, but I understand the concerns. If we look at what happened in week 1 and week 2, we clearly saw, if we look at week 1, the Defenders beat the Sea Dragons. Okay? The Defenders beat the Sea Dragons. Guess what happened last week? The Defenders beat the Sea Dragons. Guess what happened in week 2? The Battlehawks beat the Sea Dragons. Guess what's happening this week? The Battlehawks are playing the Sea Dragons. And guess where the Battlehawks beat the Sea Dragons last time? At Seattle. They are playing at home this time, and they are at St. Louis Stadium with the crazy amount of fans that they have, and they are ready to win this game and send the St. Louis City and football program to the freaking playoffs, baby. Okay, they are hyped. They are pumped. There are going to be fans upon fans upon fans. There are going to be so many fans. The Los Angeles Rams are moving back to St. Louis because they want that kind of support. This is going to be a great game for the Battlehawks and the Sea Dragons. I'm assuming it's going to be on a, prime time. I mean, it's the 4th game, so it'll probably be 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday night. It'll be a big, big game, and it will go absolutely great in the Battlehawks' favor because I am taking the Battlehawks in this one. Just looking at the patterns, the only 2 teams that have beat the Sea Dragons are the Defenders and the Battlehawks. It is the same pattern as last time. The Defenders played and they won, and then it was the Battlehawks' turn, and it looks like they are going to win again and send themselves to the playoffs, and it is going to be insane. As for the spread, what is the spread? It was Battlehawks minus 1.5. And I'll tell you what, I am very back and forth on this 1.5 points. It is going to be a close game. It is going to be a shootout. There is going to be some defense, but there are going to be a lot of offense and just a lot of big plays that happen in this game. And it could definitely come down to a field goal or to, a 2-point conversion or something like that. But I'm still going to take the Battlehawks minus 1.5. Just going to hope that they win by 2. So, yeah. By the way, my dad's taking everything I've taken so far. As for the over-under, it is 46.5. Like I said, there's going to be big plays, a big offense, big defense even. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of plays, a lot of people showing out and showing up. I mean, this is going to be a massive, massive game. So I am taking the over. However, my dad will take the under. And that is that. I will let you watch these last 4 seconds. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys next time.